Hi everybody, here's Krystman from the TeamworkCast.
And hi everybody, this is Elwin, aka Jakuza from the Netherlands.
And this is Netrunner TeamworkCast. This is the Euros. And this is the cash refresh tournament at the Euros still.
Cash refresh side event that took place on the Sunday.
There's some people being silly in front of a camera.
And we see a certain special person on camera.
Yeah, who is that?
Who is this? Who is this person? Oh, it must be Jackmade.
Oh, well, okay, you mean as the players. Yes. So on the left side, it's me. It's Krystyan, and on the right side, it's Jackmade. It's two players that, well, Jackmade we see definitely a lot of time in front of the camera. So we traveled all the way to Birmingham just to play each other. It's great, love it. So this is already the second game from the last round. So this is actually the last game of the tournament, so to speak, at the top table.
Yeah, I almost spoiled it, but you did very well, as we can see by you playing at the top table now.
Surprisingly so. Although I lost the first game against Jackmade. He played a sync deck, I feel, and he killed me very quickly. I am playing, what was it again? SOL deck.
It's New Angeles SOL versus Steve Cambridge. This should be fun.
Steve Cambridge. Jackmade fell in love with Steve Cambridge recently. It's a very strong ID, with a lot of recursion built in, and that's very strong with criminals. And funny enough, the SOL deck I have here, I built it like half an hour together with Jackmade. I built the wrong deck when the one I brought one with me home was not legal, so I had to build one very quickly. So I'm starting out with what was the current again? So the idea is that Jackmade has to, I think, pay a credit for the first run each turn.
Yeah.
And he installs as I expected him to install a Temujin, so now at least it will give him a little bit of a tax. He runs on R&D, and there's going to be an Archangel, and I'm thinking of maybe bouncing the Temujin, but it will really hurt me more than him.
Yeah.
He can just install it immediately afterwards and run again. It actually, because it was just he just spent a click for it.
No, I don't think you fire the Archangel now.
No, it's not a good idea. So, but I'm still thinking maybe it's a good idea. Decided not to do it.
I like your choice of sleeves, by the way.
White?
Yeah, you run a very similar setup to mine. White sleeves on a Maya mat.
I love the Maya mat. It's definitely one of the best mats, I feel.
Agreed.
But I don't know what happened to Jackmade here.
Did you pay
the rings?
Did you pay the iron price for your Maya mat?
I did win it, yes.
Very good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, this deck when I started playing this deck, I never tested it.
Oh, so this is the first time so this is actually the first few games you actually played this deck?
Yeah, it's the fifth game I'm playing with this deck in total.
And you're facing an opponent who's intimately familiar with what's in it.
Well, he left at some point. He left me alone, so I was able to make some changes that he is maybe not aware of. Also, because we only have half an hour, obviously what the deck was all about changed very rapidly.
Okay.
So initially I wanted to make a copy of my own deck that I played in the main tournament, but then I realized that all of the cards are missing, so I couldn't pull it off. I brought the Spark deck to the main tournament, so I thought could make Spark deck. But there's surprising amount of cards that are missing, especially product placement was missing.
You played Spark in the main tournament?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was fun.
And you made top 40, right?
Yeah, 23 or so.
Okay.
No, not 30 something, 33.
Okay, so top 30 something.
Yeah, 34.
With a Spark deck and almost no practice.
Well,
right?
The Spark deck I did practice a little bit with, so you know.
Yeah, but I heard you mention you. In a run-up, you almost had no training.
I didn't sit down with people and try matchups. No, I didn't. So this is this interesting current. I really like this current. I think this is a really strong current in this card pool.
It is a fine current.
So I cannot rest cards except from ice during the runner's turn.
Yep.
And he runs on HQ. I rest an IP block. So that means he will probably have to pay 3 credits to get through here. He has a lot of money, so that's not really a concern. He also has secure testing, so that's really strong. But on the other hand, I have all the servers iced up, so it will be difficult for him to make more money without installing some breakers.
Yeah, this should be interesting. You really, this is what I like about SOL. SOL plays really small, really tight. I like the deck.
Yeah, it's also small, something that's really good for SOL. There's like a lot of good choices available for ice that is very cheap to res, but very expensive to break. And I think IP block is one of those. There's 2 credits to res, and it's always more expensive to break than it is to res it.
Yeah, true. The NBN ice available in the current cache refresh pool can be very taxing.
I'm not exactly sure how he got through this ice. I guess he pays for a trace, but he didn't access. I guess he maybe checked out.
I'm not sure. Okay,
that would be weird. Or maybe he secured just.
Okay, I keep racking my head what the current is called.
Okay, there's a drone in it. Yeah, it's one of the drone cards.
So basically, I just keep calling it Mr. Robot.
Okay, let's go to Mr. Robot.
Okay, Mr. Robot.
I will show the image for people, so people are know we are the only people who are dumb asses are we. So there's an IPO, so I'm getting up to 16 credits running HQ. There's another IP block.
Another IP block. Here we go.
So he securitizes those things, so he can just pay for the trace and then gets back the at least 2 credits from this. But yeah, I'm kind of happy because there's like 2 important servers are kind of protected now. He has to get a barrier breaker until he can do something. And of course I put an ice in front of HQ because I know he will want to account siphon. And so there has to be at least one more unknown ice on HQ always. So he cannot just blindly account siphon on his turn. Okay, so there is he got the paperclip and trashed it.
I didn't catch the paperclip. Those sleeves are catching a lot of glare on my screen.
Yeah, it's getting very late, so there's a lot of glare. I'm sorry about that, but it's very difficult to check the lightning when you're actually playing.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, there's a paperclip in this card pile. Of course, now it would be great to have an arc lockdown.
Okay. Ooh, I see biotics in your hands.
Yeah, there's a biotic, of course. Why not?
And is that... Yeah, I'm seeing friends.
Why can't we be friends?
I'm liking this deck.
There's a funny thing. There's actually no preemptive action in this deck on my recursion as friends.
Okay, wow.
That's something I noticed too late. There's a current in there that looks kind of like preemptive action, so that's why I thought there was preemptive action in there.
It's so easy to make those mistakes in the format.
I really like how he's having a current to remove my current, but the current is still out there. So, if I have like ice that activates, like the new sound, that activates when current is active, his current still count for this.
Yep. New sound still gets boosted by runner current. Ooh, scarcity of resources.
Yeah. So that's actually something I really want to have first turn. There's 3 copies of it in the deck. Sadly, I haven't gotten out early enough, but will still cause troubles if he wants to install more resources. I feel like a lot of criminals are very dependent on resources. I mean, runners in general depend on resources, but criminals for sure. Running on archives.
Yeah, criminals especially so.
Yeah, because there's like, the Mujins and there's Iron Marin and stuff like that. Running archives, there's Archangels, and that's funny because I bounced his security testing, and now he has to reinstall the security testing, but now it will cost him 2 credits more. Usually it wouldn't be such a big deal, it's like whatever, just bounce the security testing. But now it actually really hurts.
So what I find interesting about that security testing, and this is something I found interesting about onesies and is still present in cache refresh to a certain extent. This tells you which big box he has.
That's true, yeah. But so he used actually the criminal's big box and not the shaper one as we saw previously.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So he has no dirty laundry, I guess.
Yeah, but on the other hand, now we know you can probably expect legworks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. It's probably the two big choices from the big box, right?
Yeah.
Maybe passport.
Yeah, I checked the criminal big box. There's like 4 really relevant cards in there, but the major ones are legwork and security testing. And that's the news hound.
Runs mode server, finds new sound. New sound is active now, so he has he has a trace that gives an attack, which he pays, and then end run.
Oh, that thing is so taxing.
It's so taxing. It's also just 2 credits to rest, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
2 strength, 2 subs, 2 cost, 4 strength, 2 subs. The numbers are so good.
And it hurts to face check even. Like, it's not even like something like you can bounce off. Because you get the tag and then you have to deal with the tag, and that kind of like takes off the tempo, so you can't even like get in very quickly afterwards. There's Aaron Marin, which has to be paid for. For 4 credits. So he has a lot of money, but that money will go away if he wants to install stuff. And here is the Melange.
Here's the Melange. A fine card in this format.
Yeah, go ahead and trash it, man.
Come on in, pay.
Yeah.
You're going to drain him of all his credits so fast.
Well, you know, I'm not just going to be very rich, but I don't know if you want to drain him. He's still rich himself. He hasn't installed any breaker though, so. And he has the passport in his discard pile, so he can just freely run on HQ. And so I have to think about if I want to keep him out or if I want to give him single access. I'm giving him another Archangel. And this is funny because he will get through probably, but he will have to install one of the resources again.
Oh God.
I haven't even realized how powerful the Archangel is together with scarcity of resources. So yeah, Aaron Marin. So the 4 credit Aaron Marin gets bounced.
So that's going real fast.
Yeah. But he installs the paperclip. I think it was very important. Now he also triggers his ability as Steve, so he gets back another Shrew Gamble. So
yeah. What was the other card? What was the other card he selected?
So he showed me 2 Shrew Gambles.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
So that's why he just got immediately a Shrew Gamble without showing me 2 cards.
Okay, where are we at?
And then Shrew Gamble and Aaron. And get a credit, I guess.
So I've faced this kind of deck both in normal Netrunner and Cash Refresh myself often, and it can be so demoralizing to play against as a criminal.
You mean a soul deck?
Yeah.
Because criminals often rely on those open servers. Or at least servers you can get in cheaply, and that's something that's Sol really doesn't allow very much, especially once the data hounds come out, because the criminals really don't have a good way to deal with this. Usually probably the best choice against those is Mimic with the data sucker.
Yeah.
But then you purge, and what then? It's kind of silly. So that's going to be an easy mark by Jackmade. I think that's one of the reasons why criminals and Cash Refresh are probably a good choice, because they have so many economical options.
True. Their big box offers enough tools. Terminal Directive also gives them all the tools they need.
And especially Terminal Directive, because you get like a full breaker suite that is in faction. That's really strong.
I don't know. I don't think I actually agree with that. I like the Code Gate Breaker. I like the Barrier Breaker to a certain extent. I'm not a fan of the Sentry Breaker.
And the Sentry Breaker was okay. You still have access to. I mean, the criminals have the best access of different Sentry Breakers. So I'm not really like, over focusing on the Sentry Breaker. Like something, the Barrier Breaker is something I would maybe replace with something else. But Lustig is fine, especially since you can trash Lustig to get through stuff. So if there's a Sentry that really bugs you, you can get through it.
Yeah, true enough.
And then you will probably play a Femme Fatale anyway. So.
Yeah, and you have access to Paperclip for your... Ooh, he played a Mobius.
Yeah, he played the Mobius. He discarded the Mobius, actually. He plays a Deuces... No, I think he plays a Deuces Wild. Because I guess he decided he won't see our R&D multiple times. Oh, there's a Gauntlet, so we're going to see really a lot of multi-access on HQ.
Yeah, and this is a really strong choice in the format. Gauntlet, I should explain what Gauntlet does. Gauntlet will now allow him to access free cards every single time he accesses HQ.
Together with legwork, you can just X-ray my entire hand.
Yeah, which is really strong because agendas are going to pile up in there real fast.
Yeah, I'm like for the last couple of turns, I've been just getting money from Melange.
Yeah, I had a discussion about Gauntlet with some UK players at Euros, and it's a really strong card in cash refresh due to the lack of Jackson.
Yeah, and especially also because multi-access is so powerful in cache refresh. So look at me being like really all cocky and being like, okay, install advanced in that remote server. So I'm kind of like, he knows exactly what he needs to get in there, but I'm kind of counting on him not having the money to score whatever is in there. Or maybe that's some kind of trap.
Let's see. I like what you're doing here, being ballsy.
Yeah, so he would have to install something like Lustig or something, which costs 4, I think.
Lustig is 5,
or maybe mistaken. 5, and then that will be very expensive to break. Maybe he can install a Fem and Fem the thing, but then he only has like a couple of credits left. Gets some money, gets a breaker.
Okay.
He actually does get the Fem. He's rethinking things. He's rethinking his life. He asks if he can undo, and I allow him, obviously, because why not? He made the math, and he realized that he might not have enough money.
Femming a news hound feels bad.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's worse choices, but
yeah, I know, but
okay. So instead, he installs the
code gate breaker.
The code gate breaker. That's Abagnale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, is he going to? No.
Well, maybe he will just go in HQ, right?
Let's see. I'm liking this game. It's tense. It's tight. Some good play.
It was very tense for sure when we were playing this. I mean, final game of the tournament. We were actually like calculating the chances of us winning, and it seems like all three Germans that we saw had the chances to be in place number 1.
Yeah, and this was quite late on the day as well. So you had like 2 days of Swiss in the main event, and like a full day of cash refresh games behind you. So he must have been spent.
He runs randomly on HQ, and then that will allow him to recur. What was his face again?
The gain free credits card.
Yeah. Oh man. Easy mark. There we go. Oh, that took. So I think something I forgot here. He could have seen 3 cards.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Okay.
And so I buy the Kleber and score the Global Food Initiative.
Wow.
Yeah.
Daring.
Well, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's 3 points ahead, and I didn't see a better way to score it out. And install advanced would mean that I couldn't put a defensive upgrade on it. And install advanced maybe seems like it's a two-pointer, you know?
Yeah. It's a fine move. Install advanced. Ooh.
Finally comes the account siphon. So it's really powerful now, but if you think about it, it's very expensive for him to break all this stuff. And actually, he trashes Abagnale, interestingly, to make it more efficient.
Yeah. On the other hand, you can get the Abagnale back.
Yeah, I mean, he also has maybe a second Abagnale in his deck, so that's a fair exchange there.
I'm liking how Steve Cambridge allows for this kind of play, just dumping your breakers on the go.
Being way more aggressive with your stuff, yeah, so I can decide what he wants to recur, and I decide to destroy the Deuces Wild because I think it's a way better card than Sure Gamble.
Fair enough.
way more flexible, especially at the late game. You can do depending on what kind of stuff you're doing, you can do different stuff. Yeah, so now he realized we forgot but I don't think there was a second agenda on hand. So it's not like he could have seen another agenda.
No, I didn't see anything in there as well. Some discussion.
Yeah, there's like questions whether because this was an account siphon, so there's no access happening now.
No, definitely not on this. Yeah, definitely
But
not on
we
the
decided
siphon.
to just let it slide and continue. But I don't think he could have scored again. Maybe there was like 15 minutes that he could have gotten.
Is that a 15 minutes in there?
I think it is. I'm not sure. But now, of course, that I scored a 3-pointer, the 50 minutes is pointless for me. Because I don't have any breaking news.
Oh yeah, fair enough. What was your agenda suite?
Just random stuff until I get to the right number of points. It's just there was global foods and 50 minutes. That was something I really wanted to have, and the rest was just 4-2. I think 2 paper trail and 2 of the other ones.
And an Astro.
Yeah, of course, the Astro. Yeah. So that is going to be friends in high places, and so I will get some stuff back.
Yeah, this is what I mentioned in an earlier game. The agenda suites are really defining for what you're going to build, and this is why I'm a fan of Jinteki in Cache Refresh, because the agenda suite that is available is so strong.
I think I do something funny here. So in Recur, one hidden card inside the server, and one new. I open up a new server with mystery ice, and I see that he has security testing. So he immediately security tests that other server. I only have 6 credits, and so.
Okay, you're being tricksy here.
Sure, Gamble and Abigail, and then legwork. So he can actually now see my entire hand.
Strong.
Yeah. But it's so expensive.
Yeah. Okay. 2 sure gambles?
Yeah, I think recurrently sure gambles. So you will see everything now. Okay, so here's the 15 minutes that you would have seen probably last time around. The current is gone, but I just replay it for 1 credit. I actually think about me replaying the other one, because that I think both are 1 credit. That's what I wanted to actually exchange. The other current should be a 0 credit current, so I can play it even if I have no money, or I'm low on money. But yeah, so otherwise there's nothing on here, just expensive stuff. And so I think he has 1 more click.
And is he going to security test that silly server?
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, he will.
Okay, what did you do?
I actually haven't realized it myself. Yeah, okay. So I rested. It's a special offer. So he can't break it, and I will get the money, and he doesn't get the security testing because the server ceases to exist. I wished I was smart enough to actually anticipate it. I just randomly started to bait him on the run. But I didn't realize that he wouldn't get the money for himself. And so there's a money asset in there that is going to be launch campaign.
Episode title suggestion: disappearing server.
Yes.
Okay, where are we at?
Okay, so I'm securing this remote server even more, because obviously this is going to be my scoring server. I'm kind of upset that my HQ is not protected, so he can, at any given point, you could draw into another account siphon and simply account siphon me. So this is something that bugs me. I probably will defend HQ more strongly soon.
Hey, we just talked about how you did in the main event. Do you know how Jackmade did in the main event?
We ended up in a similar place, and interestingly, I think he was like 1 or 2 places higher or so. It was very funny. He had the same number of points, I think.
Okay, wow.
But he had a way better opponent score, and he was on higher tables early on. I kind of like did the submarine and he was on top tables from early on.
So the first time I heard about submarining, I was so confused. Submarining, what is this? Is this a card?
So yeah, installing, as I said, I want to have HQ protected so he cannot just freely draw into an account siphon me. So yeah, we saw that there was a what was it? A toll booth on there. So this might be actually a toll booth.
Yeah, making HQ ridiculously expensive to get into.
And that is the Maxwell James.
Mr. Maxwell.
That's very, very powerful. Can get through one ice if he plays it right, but he has to access HQ first, so I'm glad that I'm protecting HQ even more. Of course, it's Jackmade, so I'm assuming he has a Sneak Door Beta, but that Archangel on HQ on Archives will protect against Sneak Door Beta.
Yeah, Maxwell James being allowed to de-res the ice on encounter is ridiculously strong.
Yeah, very, very strong.
The first time I realized that the card allowed you to do that, I was amazed. Okay. Where are we at?
So he just gets money and I keep drawing cards. Like we both are very like just gunning for the cards in our decks. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening because I just discarded a card and kept drawing. So I think we're just playing it very fast right now.
Yeah, you're probably experiencing some kind of top table stress.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so there's 3 cards in that remote server. What could they all be?
And we haven't, yeah. And no idea what it could be. Okay, this is interesting.
Also, I'm at a healthy 24 credits. Is that true? That's good. It's a good amount of credits. Even if the account siphons me, that won't hurt me that much.
So, how many biotics are you playing? 1 or 2?
Yeah, so I think 2. But I think I overestimated the powerfulness of biotics in this matchup because there's so little 3-2 agendas.
Yeah.
But yeah, so install advance on a card there.
Okay.
And there's 3 other ones in the server.
There's 4 cards in the server.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm doing my influence math here. And you have 3 GFIs, 2 biotics.
And so
oh my god.
Before he plays his weird current that doesn't allow me to rest any stuff on his turn, I actually decide to rest the 2 red herrings.
Oh, double red herrings. That's horrible.
Yep.
So now I have to go in there twice. So expensive.
Yeah. Or once with a lot of money, but he really doesn't have that money.
Yeah, pay 10, right. No. So red herrings is actually a fine card in the format.
It's good, yeah. There's sadly just 2 of them. And I think one of the players had problems. He had 3 in his deck.
Yeah, and we had a player who had a slight slip up with that. But that can happen. It's an easy card to slip up with.
Yeah, definitely. It's also a very good card to have in your deck.
Yeah, it's a fine card.
It's good old Netrunner. You have a texting server with a defensive upgrade inside. Why not?
True. Okay.
That's what we loved back in the days.
Click 1 draw.
He tries to find some kind of way out and way in. And we see a Sneak Door Beta on his hand. But it's not like the delicious Sneak Door Beta where you just install it and run 3 times with Desperado. Oh, he actually goes for it, okay. So he might X-ray my hand.
Yeah, and he's...
But he passes the turn, interesting. Just install it and pass the turn? Huh. You usually would say, install and run, and I wasn't prepared, but now it's just like a threat here right now. If I want to score it, then he might be able to access my HQ. And I do score it. Second global food.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're wishing you still had that 15 minutes.
So that was, I think, my plan, just to get the 15 minutes in my deck and then hopefully draw into it and then fast advance it if it comes.
Yeah, and
but I always forget about the 15 minutes. I'm the worst person. So here it is.
Mr. Robot.
Good thing I pre-rest those red herrings, because here's the current.
Temujin, where?
Yeah, I guess on HQ. He will run on HQ. With a sneak door now.
Here we go.
So how much does it break the cost to break? 2. I think it's 5. And he gets 4 back. So it's 1 credit to see a lot of cards on HQ. Okay, so he can recur something. Obviously, I let him recur the easy mark. And gets to see. So the gauntlet doesn't fire now, right?
No. Okay. It doesn't fire on sneak door. It only fires. It counts every single piece of ice that you broke subs on that is protecting HQ.
I see. Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't fire on bypass, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Runs again.
Turnpike.
And it's my turn again, and then I score the Astro with I top deck the Astro, so I didn't have to click for the for the 15 minutes anymore.
Wow.
That's it.
Well played, sir. Well played. And how high did you end up in the end?
So I turned out to be second.
Oh, wow. I remember top 4, but I didn't remember second place.
So Klopstock that we have had in the previous round, that he made it past me. I'm not sure if he had actually more points or if it was just opponent score. Jackmade here that we see here was, I think, 3rd or 4th.
I think
no, he was
4th.
3rd.
3rd? You sure?
Oh no, he was 4th. I think there was one person in between then, because we had like 3 Germans in the top 4. That was something I was very proud of.
I'm pretty sure, because there's a Dutchman from my meta on place 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I have to defend our honor.
Yeah, no, good.
So before I forget, because I forgot to mention this during the last videos all the time, I have to thank 2 people for helping me run this side event as smoothly as it went. I have to thank Coop, who is also the TO for the entirety of Euros, and I have to thank Mark, my fellow Dutchman, who was my judge and who did an outstanding job.
Yeah, definitely.
So kudos to those 2.
Thank you guys for helping out here, and thank you for organizing this tournament. It was very, very exciting. Probably even more fun than the main tournament.
It was a pleasure. Really, it was a pleasure.
It was a breath of fresh air in a meta that is so entrenched these days. It was really fun to have like this side tournament that you can look forward to. So
to have something that feels old school again. Yeah,
it's a different type of Netrunner. It's new cards, but it's old Netrunner.
Cool. Agreed.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoy those games, then definitely try. I would recommend you to try out Cash Refresh on your next tournament. It's a really fun format. And so will there be a Cash Refresh tournament on the Dutch Nationals?
I'm hoping so, but I'll only run one if we get our hands on a Cash Refresh kit. Otherwise, it'll be a onesies event, because we're the birthplace of onesies.
That makes sense. So when is the Dutch Nationals?
12th of August. European Netrunners and also other Netrunners, but flights, are all warmly invited to join us on the Saturday the 12th of August for Dutch Nationals. Swiss rounds and Top Cut both on the Saturday, and side events on the Friday and Sunday before and after. You're all warmly invited to Enschede for beer and cookies.
Yes, it will be excellent. And of course I will be also there, hopefully, so we can meet up and do excellent things. So this is it for this Cash Refresh tournament. I hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to move on to the next tournament. Not exactly sure what the next tournament is going to be, but it's going to be exciting. See you next time around. And as always, hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.
I'm really happy the way this tournament turned out for the German community. We placed very well in this tournament, so at least one success there. Generally, I really enjoyed Cash Refresh, as we spoke at the end of this video, so if you have an opportunity to join a Cash Refresh tournament, you should definitely do so. It's a completely new type of Netrunner that is very, very fun and very enjoyable.
So it's time for our shout-outs, and today's shout-out is going to be to another member of the German community. It's going to be to Georg Schieren, who has been joining us since October 2015, so long-time supporter. Thank you so much for your support, Georg. And so now we're moving on to the next tournament. Now this tournament is over, we're moving on to the next series. There's a lot of regionals coming up, but before we do those regionals, there is a little bit of a special thing, a little Netrunner snack coming up. 2 special games that I prepared with a special guest. Look forward to this one. See you next time.